Figuring out a boss's weakness and then beating your foe in a fight can be incredibly satisfying, but by their very nature, these encounters in games sometimes have cracks beneath the surface. Cracks the developers didn't intend to be there. Using these, we have, across several years and several games, beaten bosses in ways the developers had not intended. And in this feature, we're going to be taking a look at 15 such cases. Gyaobu Oniwa, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Gyaobu Oniwa is the first real boss in Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, and while he can pose a bit of a challenge, you can take him out pretty much in a matter of seconds if you want to. Speedrunner Distortion 2, while setting one of his speedrun records in the game, displayed a trick that makes Oniwa chase you across the arena and then fall to his death off the edge of a cliff. Ganondorf, The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. Ganondorf, the Scourge of Hyrule, the greatest evil threat the series of Zelda has ever seen, can be beaten with a fishing lure in Twilight Princess. During that fateful climactic encounter, all you have to do is cast a fishing lure. Ganondorf will stare at it for a handful of seconds, giving you plenty of time to whack him in the face with your sword a few times. Rinse and repeat. Evil is defeated. Hyrule is saved. Dark Link, Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. Ah, hitboxes. You can be both our bane and our boon, depending on the circumstances. Here in Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, you're definitely our boon. In this intense encounter with Dark Link, all you need to do to win the boss fight is just position yourself on the left-hand corner of the arena, where Dark Link's attacks simply cannot touch you, and then keep swinging your sword like a maniac. Kal Demos, The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker. Kal Demos in The Wind Waker requires a very specific strategy to beat, like bosses in Zelda usually do, involving a combination of using your boomerang with the right timing and attacking the boss's weak spots subsequently. You can do that, or you can douse the tentacle plant thingy in a jar of water, which will instantly cause it to explode and die. Yeah, definitely go with that one. Atheon Destiny. Like many bosses in Destiny, the encounter against Atheon could be a pretty tough one, with tons of health and attacks that hit really hard. That said, there's also a way that really caught on in popularity back when it was first discovered. Turns out you could just get Atheon to fall off a cliff and die. Granted, Bungie eventually patched this out later, but it was still funny while it lasted. Old Demon King, Dark Souls 3. Dark Souls 3 knocks players down with maddeningly difficult and formidable bosses. So do we feel guilty about using this way to beat the Old Demon King? Yeah, not even a little bit. As soon as the fight enters its second phase, run to the outer wall of the arena and stick to it. Good old Demon King will eventually get stuck in the wall's geometry, letting you hack away at him and his health while he wonders just how the hell he got trapped inside a wall. The Destroyer Borderlands. The Destroyer in Borderlands was the final boss fight and also a bit of a bullet sponge. But if you're the lazy sort, you could actually beat it really easy. Literally just take cover behind a rock and keep shooting at it. That's literally it. It's time consuming, sure, but you take no damage, and the strategy boils down to keep pressing this button to win. Final boss, Two Worlds. Two Worlds could be a pretty gargantuan game, but as speedrunners do, one by the name of Shadex found a way to beat the game in just over 2 minutes. While doing so, they also showed off how to beat the game's final boss in a matter of seconds, basically letting the villagers kill the final boss at the beginning while the protagonist did absolutely nothing. The Fear, Metal Gear Solid 3. Metal Gear Solid 3 gave you plenty of tools to use to defeat its various enemies and formidable bosses, but there's a very simple way to bring down the Fear, one of Cobra Unit's deadliest members. Simply use a fake death pill to lure the Fear out of hiding. Believing Snake is dead, he'll turn away, at which point you just get back up, whip up your torch, and light the Fear on fire. For whatever reason, the Fear will just happily stand there while you literally light a flame under him, before eventually burning to his death. Final boss, Just Cause 3. General D. Ravello serves as a final boss in Just Cause 3, but while the developers wanted this to be a fittingly explosive finale to the game, this is a fight you can actually wrap up in under half a minute. Just use your tether and get to the chopper D. Ravello is in and crash it into a pool of lava, and, well, yeah, the lava does what lava does. It'll make the chopper go boom. Great Centipede, Neo. Like many other boss fights in Team Ninja's Souls-like Neo, the Great Centipede isn't exactly an easy foe to dispatch, except it is. You just find a column in the arena for the centipede to wrap itself around, and you move around just a little bit so it can't reach you with its fangs. Keep attacking the rear part of its body, and repeat this process until the big bug is down. Any boss, Dead Rising. Dead Rising allowed players to temporarily recruit NPCs into their parties and then take them into boss fights to provide support, but they could actually do a lot more than that. Though NPCs can't actually kill a boss, they can keep doing damage, so if you're feeling particularly lazy, all you have to do is wait while your NPC friends bring the boss down to their last dregs of health, and then deal the finishing blow yourself. Thresher Maw, Mass Effect 2. The loyalty missions were the heart and soul of Mass Effect 2. One particular loyalty mission saw you heading to Tuchanka to help Grunt in his rite of passage, which also involved a boss fight against a Thresher Maw, which of course is a fight you can totally cheese your way out of. There's a very particular rock in the arena that you can hide behind where the Maw's attacks just can't hit you. Get to that specific place, take out your weapon, take aim, and just keep firing. Yellow Devil, Megaman. Megaman often throws absolute monsters at its players as boss fights, and more often than not they can be a nightmare to take down. The Yellow Devil is no different, but with a simple way it can be reduced to not very challenging after all. Hit it with your Thunder Beam once, and then keep spamming the pause-unpause button. Every time the game unpauses, the Thunder Beam is registered as a new attack, making the boss incredibly easy to defeat. Rocksteady, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Here's those hitboxes again, once again working in our favor. When you come across the rhino-like Rocksteady in the classic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, with the help of Donatello's trusty long staff, you can make your way out of the boss fight pretty quickly. Just stand on top of the crates, and while Rocksteady stands beneath you, keep striking downward with the spear. Visually, it's clear that the spear isn't even touching Rocksteady, but thanks to broken hitboxes, they've registered as hits. Just keep doing it over and over, and Rocksteady will go down in no time. And that wraps it up. If you like what we're doing, please consider subscribing to our channel. We upload new videos daily. Also, don't forget to switch on the bell notification icon, that way you don't miss out on any of our videos.